Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we cut through the hype and get to the real science behind today's biggest health trends. Today, we're diving into NAD+ boosters, the anti-aging supplements that have Silicon Valley executives dropping $200+ per month, promising to turn back the biological clock and restore youthful energy. From NMN to NR to NAD+ IV drips, everyone's talking about boosting this mysterious molecule. But here's the million-dollar question. Are NAD boosters the fountain of youth, or just the latest expensive placebo taking advantage of our fear of aging? Did you know that David Sinclair, Harvard's famous longevity researcher, takes 1,000 milligrams of NMN daily and credits it with helping him feel decades younger? Or that some Silicon Valley CEOs are spending $1,000+ monthly on NAD+ IV infusions? Even Joe Rogan has talked about experimenting with NAD precursors on his podcast. The NAD supplement market has exploded from virtually nothing to over $500 million in just 5 years. But is this growth based on solid science or clever marketing? Today, I'm breaking down everything you need to know about NAD boosters, what they are, what the research actually shows, who's taking them, and whether they're worth your hard-earned money. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly whether NAD supplements deserve a place in your longevity protocol or your trash can. NAD 101. What is this molecule and why does everyone care? NAD explained simply. NAD stands for nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, a coenzyme found in every cell of your body. Think of it as cellular fuel that powers critical processes like energy production, DNA repair, and cellular communication. Here's the key. NAD levels decline dramatically as we age. By age 50, you have roughly 50% of the NAD you had at 20. By 80, you might have only 10 to 20% left. This decline correlates with many hallmarks of aging: reduced energy, slower metabolism, increased inflammation, and decreased cellular repair. Dr. David Sinclair explains it perfectly. NAD is like the oil in your car's engine. As you age, you're running on less and less oil, and everything starts breaking down. The biological functions of NAD. Energy production powers your cellular powerhouses, mitochondria. DNA repair activates enzymes that fix damaged DNA. Sirtuins activation turns on longevity genes that protect against aging. Cellular communication helps cells respond to stress and damage. The theory, if declining NAD contributes to aging, then boosting NAD should slow aging and restore youthful function. Sounds logical, right? But as we'll see, the reality is more complicated.
The science, what research actually shows about NAD+ boosters. The mouse studies that started it all. The NAD+ hype began with dramatic mouse studies. Researchers found that giving old mice NAD precursors could restore muscle function to youthful levels, improve cognitive performance, extend lifespan by 10 to 20%, reverse some markers of cellular aging. These results were so impressive that they made headlines worldwide and sparked the current supplement boom. The human reality check. But here's where things get complicated. Human studies on NAD+ boosters show much more modest results. Study 1. NMN in healthy adults 2021. 250 milligrams daily for 12 weeks. Modest improvements in insulin sensitivity. No significant changes in energy or physical performance. No measurable anti-aging effects. Study 2. Nicotinamide riboside 2018. 1,000 milligrams daily for 6 weeks. Small increases in NAD levels, but levels return to baseline shortly after stopping. No improvements in muscle function or energy. Study 3. Long-term NR study, 2022. 300 milligrams twice daily for 8 weeks. Increased NAD levels by 40 to 50%. Modest improvements in blood pressure. No dramatic anti-aging effects.
The honest scientific verdict. NAD+ boosters can increase NAD+ levels in humans, but the dramatic anti-aging effects seen in mice haven't translated to humans, at least not yet. Celebrity endorsements versus scientific reality. David Sinclair, the NAD+ evangelist. Harvard's David Sinclair is NAD+'s biggest proponent. He takes 1,000 milligrams of NMN daily and claims it helps him feel energetic and youthful. His book, Lifespan, popularized NAD+ boosters worldwide. The catch: Sinclair openly admits he doesn't know which of his many interventions, NMN, resveratrol, metformin, exercise, fasting, are responsible for his vitality. He's essentially running an experiment of one. Joe Rogan's NAD experiments. Rogan has discussed trying various NAD precursors and even NAD IV therapy. He's reported feeling more energetic, but acknowledges it could be placebo effect. Silicon Valley's NAD obsession. Venture capitalists and tech executives are reportedly spending thousands monthly on NAD IV drips at exclusive longevity clinics. Some claim dramatic results, others admit they're not sure if it's working. The reality check. Celebrity endorsements and personal anecdotes aren't scientific evidence. Correlation isn't causation, and placebo effects are powerful, especially for expensive treatments. The types of NAD boosters. Which ones actually work? 1. NMN, nicotinamide mononucleotide, $50 to $200 per month. What it is: a direct precursor to NAD that's supposed to efficiently boost cellular levels. The hype. David Sinclair's supplement of choice, heavily marketed as the most effective NAD booster. The science. Limited human studies show modest NAD increases but minimal functional benefits. Most research is still in mice. The cost reality. Quality NMN costs $100 to $200 per month for effective doses, 500 to 1,000 milligrams daily. Verdict: unproven, expensive with limited human evidence. 2. RR, nicotinamide riboside, $40 to $100 per month. What it is: another NAD precursor, often marketed as more stable than NMN.
More human studies than NMN, but results are modest. Can increase NAD+ levels, but functional benefits are unclear. The marketing. Companies like Chromadex, makers of Niagen, fund most research on their own products, potential conflict of interest. Verdict: slightly better evidence, but still expensive for modest benefits. 3. NAD+ IV therapy, $500 to $1,500 per session. What it is? Direct IV infusion of NAD+ or precursors, popular at high-end longevity clinics. The hype? Bypass digestion for maximum absorption and immediate effects. The reality? No peer-reviewed studies support IV NAD+ for anti-aging. Extremely expensive with potential side effects. Celebrity connection? Popular among Hollywood actors and Silicon Valley executives, but purely anecdotal evidence. Verdict: expensive placebo, no scientific justification for the cost. 4. Niacin, vitamin B3, $5 to $15 per month. What it is? The oldest and cheapest NAD+ precursor, available as regular niacin or niacinamide. The science. Can boost NAD+ levels modestly. Decades of safety data. Costs pennies compared to newer precursors. The catch? Less trendy, so companies can't charge premium prices. May cause flushing at higher doses. Verdict: best value. If you want to try NAD+ boosting, start here. The natural ways to boost NAD+ that actually work. 1. Exercise, free and proven. The science? Regular exercise naturally boosts NAD production and activates sirtuins, longevity genes, more effectively than any supplement. Real results? Studies show that active 70-year-olds have NAD+ levels similar to sedentary 30-year-olds. How to apply? Aim for 150 minutes of moderate exercise weekly, including strength training. 2. Intermittent fasting, free. The science? Fasting triggers NAD production and sirtuin activation as your body adapts to energy restriction. Research: 16/8 intermittent fasting can increase NAD+ levels by 15 to 30% naturally. Try eating within an 8-hour window, like 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., and fasting for 16 hours. 3. Heat and cold exposure, $0 to $100. The science. Saunas and cold exposure activate stress response pathways that boost NAD+ production. Application. Sauna 2 to 3x weekly or daily cold showers can naturally increase NAD+ and activate longevity pathways. 4. Quality sleep, free. The science. NAD+ follows circadian rhythms. Poor sleep disrupts NAD production and accelerates cellular aging. How to apply? Prioritize 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep nightly for optimal NAD+ function. The bottom line? These natural methods boost NAD while providing dozens of other health benefits, unlike isolated supplements. Real user experiences, the good, bad, and expensive. Success story. Mark, 52, software executive. I tried NMN for 6 months at $150 per month. Honestly, I felt no different. Then I started doing 18/6 intermittent fasting and daily cold showers. Within weeks, I had more energy than I'd felt in years. I realized I was spending $150 per month for what I could get free. Mixed results. Jennifer, 45, marketing director. I've been taking NR for 8 months. I think I feel more energetic, but I also started exercising regularly and eating better around the same time. My blood work improved, but I can't tell what's from the supplement versus lifestyle changes. For $80 per month, I expected more obvious results. Expensive lesson. Robert, 58, investment banker. I spent $3,000 on NAD+ IV treatments over 3 months. The clinic promised I'd feel 20 years younger. I felt nothing except lighter in the wallet. My doctor said my blood work was unchanged. I learned that expensive doesn't mean effective. Realistic approach. Lisa, 41, teacher. Instead of expensive NAD+ supplements, I focused on exercise, sleep, and intermittent fasting based on the research showing these naturally boost NAD+. My energy is great, I've lost weight, and I'm saving hundreds monthly. Sometimes the boring basics work better than exciting supplements. The dark side, what NAD companies don't tell you. 1. Quality control issues. Third-party testing reveals many NAD supplements contain less active ingredient than claimed. Some products contained no detectable NMN despite premium pricing. 2. Regulatory gray area.
NAD precursors exist in a regulatory gray area. The FDA has issued warning letters to some companies making unsubstantiated anti-aging claims. 3. Potential side effects. While generally safe, high-dose NAD precursors can cause nausea and digestive upset, flushing, especially with niacin, sleep disruption if taken late in the day, unknown long-term effects. 4. The dosing problem. Human studies use widely varying doses, 50 milligrams to 1,000 milligrams daily. No one knows the optimal dose, and higher isn't necessarily better. 5. The sustainability question. Most studies show NAD levels return to baseline shortly after stopping supplements. This suggests you'd need to take them indefinitely, a potentially expensive lifetime commitment. The verdict: should you try NAD boosters? For most people, no. Here's why. NAD boosters aren't worth it for most people. 1. Limited human evidence. Mouse studies don't reliably translate to humans. 2. Expensive. $50 to $200 per month for unclear benefits. 3. Natural alternatives work better. Exercise, fasting, and sleep boost NAD with additional benefits. 4. Opportunity cost. Money could be better spent on proven interventions. Who might consider them? 1. Biohacking enthusiasts. If you've mastered the basics and want to experiment. 2. High earners. If cost isn't a concern and you understand the limited evidence. 3. Specific health conditions. Under medical supervision for certain conditions. If you decide to try NAD boosters, 1. Start with basic niacin, cheapest option with longest safety record. 2. Set realistic expectations. Don't expect dramatic anti-aging effects. 3. Track biomarkers. Get baseline blood work to measure any changes. 4. Time-limited trial. Try for 3 to 6 months with objective measurements. 5. Focus on fundamentals first. Ensure your diet, exercise, and sleep are optimized. The Smarter Longevity Protocol, proven NAD boosting strategies. Instead of expensive supplements, here's how to naturally optimize your NAD+ levels. Week 1-2, Foundation. Start 16-8 intermittent fasting. Add 20 minutes daily walking. Optimize sleep schedule, 7 to 9 hours nightly. Week 3-4, Intensify. Add strength training 2 to 3x weekly.
Try cold showers, 30 to 60 seconds. Consider sauna sessions if available. Month 2 plus, advanced. Experiment with longer fasts, 24 to 48 hours monthly. High-intensity exercise, 1 to 2x weekly. Stress management, meditation, yoga. Cost, essentially free. Evidence, decades of research supporting benefits. Results, improved energy, longevity markers, and overall health. Future of NAD+ research, what's coming next? Promising developments. Better delivery methods. Researchers are developing more effective ways to boost cellular NAD. Personalized approaches. Genetic testing may help identify who benefits most from NAD boosters. Combination therapies. Studies combining NAD precursors with other longevity interventions. Long-term human studies. Larger, longer trials are underway. What to watch for? FDA regulation of NAD supplement claims. Results from multi-year human studies. Development of biomarkers to predict who will respond. Competition driving down costs.
The honest truth about NAD+ boosters. NAD+ boosters represent both the promise and the problem with the modern longevity industry. The basic science is compelling. NAD+ is crucial for cellular health and declines with age. But the leap from NAD+ is important to NAD supplements are the key to anti-aging isn't supported by current human evidence. The truth is, we already know how to boost NAD naturally, through exercise, fasting, heat/cold exposure, and quality sleep. These interventions provide proven benefits beyond just NAD optimization and cost virtually nothing. If you're spending hundreds monthly on NAD supplements while neglecting the basics of health, you're putting the cart before the horse. Master the fundamentals first, they'll give you 90% of the benefits at 1% of the cost. For the biohacking enthusiasts who want to experiment with NAD+ boosters after optimizing lifestyle factors, start conservatively. Try basic niacin for a few months, track objective markers, and be honest about results versus expectations. Remember, longevity isn't about finding a magic pill. It's about consistent, evidence-based practices that compound over decades. The most powerful anti-aging intervention remains the same as it was for our great-grandparents. Eat well, move regularly, sleep adequately, manage stress, and maintain strong relationships. As always, the boring basics beat the expensive shortcuts every time. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you think critically about NAD+ boosters, smash that like button and subscribe for more evidence-based health content. Drop a comment below. Are you taking NAD supplements or do you prefer natural approaches? I read every comment and love hearing your experiences. Next week, we're diving deep into the science of red light therapy, another Silicon Valley obsession. Does it actually work, or is it just expensive mood lighting? You won't want to miss it. Disclaimer: this content is for educational purposes only and not medical advice. Always consult healthcare providers before starting any supplement regimen, especially if you have underlying health conditions or take medications. Individual results may vary, and supplements are not regulated by the FDA for safety and efficacy.